to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Why were the letters from the apostles written before the Gospels? Well, kind of a misnomer there. Let's begin with what we commonly refer to as the first letter, non-gospel, written in the New Testament. What we know is 1 Thessalonians. It's dated somewhere around 50 to 54 AD. So we're about 20 years after the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Now, the Gospel of John was written in the late 1st century, probably 95 to 96 AD. The other three Gospels were written prior to what we know as the Jewish exile or the dispersion of 70 AD and the destruction of Jerusalem. So we know they're written prior to that, which so are most of the other letters of the New Testament. Now, here's where we get into some interesting issues as far as dating of the Gospels. Again, kind of one of those things where if you find one source to say one thing, you'll find another to say another. Here's the thing that's interesting. There are many people that would attribute the Gospel of Matthew and or Mark as being written before 40 AD, but definitely before 50 AD. So here's the thing. It's almost kind of a he said, she said thing when it gets into dating the Gospels and dating even the letters of the Apostle Paul. Paul's a little easier because of the book of Acts. But here's what you need to understand, is that the overwhelming majority of what we know as the New Testament was written before 70 AD. That is within 40 years of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So again, the veracity of the text that we have is phenomenal from any historical period. Now, as far as content, does it matter that the letters of Paul came before the Gospels? If that is the case, I would argue not, because all of those whom the Lord inspired to write were eyewitnesses at some account. Even the Apostle Paul, though he was not there for the life and ministry of Jesus Christ, obviously Jesus appeared to him in Acts chapter 9, so he was an eyewitness to the resurrected Lord, and thus would be on par with the gospel writers. So at the end of the day, the dating may seem significant, but I don't think it's quite as significant as some people make it out to be. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's.
Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.